Welcome back to the Compass Wealth Conversation. Our next few episodes, we'll be diving in and talking to our professional network, people we refer to our clients for cars, transformation of their house, transformation of themselves, and health and wellness. Today, we are thrilled to welcome Steph Gillin, a dynamic designer and co-owner of Grande Decor in Newtown Square, together with her husband, Joe. Grande Decor has been transforming homes and lifestyles through their comprehensive remodeling and interior design services. They've built a reputation for excellence and innovation, making Grande Decor the remodeler and design of your choice for homeowners looking to enhance their living spaces. Let's dive in and explore how Stephanie and Joe are transforming homes and lives with their work. She's been saving houses and spouses since 2005. I'd like to welcome Steph Gillin of Grande Decor to the Compass Wealth Conversation.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being part of it. So Grande Decor, what do you guys do?
We do design remodel. Mm-hmm. So we specialize in kitchens and additions. And what we'll do is come in and visit someone's home when they know that they need a major change in their house. And we'll investigate and take a look at everything. And then we work with the homeowners to design and then ultimately remodel their spaces.
Full design, are you doing architecture? Are you doing sketches? What is your kind of comprehensive?
I guess it's on a need basis because not everyone needs an architect, not everyone needs a structural engineer. Sometimes it's just kitchen design, but we have the capability of doing any of the drawings and getting the resources, the engineers involved. My background is in architecture, so we can take that first step with the homeowners. I don't carry my license anymore, so we do have architects that we work with that if someone does need architectural drawings for permitting, we have plenty of resources we work with.
I think that you're also a member of Sherwin-Williams.
Yes.
You get to design the paints for the upcoming year. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm on the advisory board there. So we meet quarterly and start coming up with the new trends we're working on 2026 right now, which blows my mind. But I have the first hand in what the trends are going to be.
So looking at the trends in the last couple of years, right, they're starting to change, right?
Yes, they are.
So the huge, I think it was like a lot of grays. It was a lot of this. But people come to you and they're saying, hey, I want to fix this piece of the room. Does it always turn into a bigger project?
Yes, it does always turn into a bigger project. Most people that come to us, though, are ready for the big project. We don't do the smaller ones anymore. We really focus on transformational renovations where we are changing the home, the lives, the way people live for the better.
So more like opening up walls, taking down, let's say a kitchen, right? You might go into the kitchen, go into the den, go into the pantry.
Yes. And
kind of include all that?
Yeah, absolutely. And what we'll do when we first meet with someone that's interested in having their house transformed, I don't even care what they want it to look like because that'll come next. Sure. We really like to have a conversation with them and see how they live. It's usually, for example, a wife complaining that she's always in the kitchen by herself cooking while everyone's watching the big game in the other room. And then she comes into the other room to watch the game, but now whatever's in the oven is burning. So then everyone at halftime is in the kitchen with her and she's so crowded she can't move and get out of here. And basically the wall needs to come down. So I like to listen to how people live and then determine what the design should be.
Is it usually a husband going, okay, yep. Or do you have those clients where the husband's jumping in over top of, she really needs this. She really needs that.
Both. Yeah, we have both. And it's, we work with homeowners, whatever the makeup of their family is, but I think it's so important first to listen to what they need because sometimes they think they know what they need. And once we have that conversation, they realize, oh, wow, yeah, maybe I don't need double ovens anymore. I want a 36-inch range and I want to be able to have an island instead of a table on a peninsula. So there's always every single situation
is a little bit different.
But the consistency is our systems. So even though every project is articulated differently, our systems are the same. We have a very regimented system.
So speaking of systems, because we find that most entrepreneurs, successful ones, have some type of process or system. So how did you come up with your kind of process? And part of the process is your husband is Joe, who is the head, right? He's the head GC. So, because you keep saying R, so we haven't really introduced him. But how do you guys go through your process, and how does that work between you two? Because you work together, you live together, you kind of do all that fun stuff together.
So it's a great question. So with design build, there's two sections to the company, the design and then the build. Joe and I work hand in hand. I run the design portion of things and then hand over what we call construction binder, which it's basically like a set of drawings, but broken into smaller pieces, to Joe, and he runs the install crews. So we work hand in hand, but I'm very much heavy and present during the design phase, and then Joe is very much heavy and present during the install phase. But with our clients, once we start the construction, we meet with them once a week, and it's all the decision makers and Joe and I on the job site, so that there's many eyes on everything that's going on to make sure what we said we were building is what's being built.
And you're talking about a thick binder. You're not talking about something small, right? Because I have heard, because you have not done anything in my house, but you're doing it in Brendan's house and a couple other people that I've been in their house, and the kitchens look beautiful. But you're talking about an actual binder where like each person has their own designated area. Yeah.
So by person, that's our trade partners.
Yep.
So our electricians that we work with, they only do electric. They're not also then turning around and putting a roof on someone's house and then planting flowers out front and then tiling a bathroom. We work with tile partners, flooring partners, and what we do is build a construction binder, and each trade partner has their own tab. And when they go to that, they see a design schedule with all the finish selections that I made with the homeowners, and then they know that the materials are on site. We've already quality controlled them, sourced them. So when you work with Grande Decor, with Joe and I, it is soup to nuts. I hate that cliche, but I can't think of anything different yet. But from beginning to end, we are with the homeowners and we hold their hand, build this binder, and then complete the project.
But that's how also we work, is we're like holding your hand and then showing you, hey, do you need someone who does your kitchen, or a refinisher, or you need a car, or, you know, a real estate agent or an estate plan? Like we go through that, like we call it financial teamwork, right? Because everyone has their specific niche. So, or niche, however you like to say it. But for those reasons, that's why we like that. We like that because we stay in our lane. We do exactly what we're supposed to do. And then you can check the boxes along the way. Right. Is that where the binder came from?
The binder came from 20 years in business and seeing how organized and how much more organized you are, how much more smoothly a job site runs. We didn't, back 20 years ago when we started the business, we would just work off of hand sketches that I did. And it evolved into, well, the electrician keeps asking, well, where do you want the outlet? So let me get the electrical plan up and ready before the electricians even come and bid the project. What light fixtures, where's it going? So that I'm not asking a homeowner on a Tuesday, hey, run out and get a light because the electrician's coming tomorrow morning. So we tried to stay ahead of everyone, which evolved into having a folder for each guy or lady. And then eventually being like, where's this folder? Where's that? Let's just put it all in one binder. And then it's evolved. And
how much clarity does that actually give the client, like along the way?
Oh, it's complete clarity. There's really no stones left unturned. And then once construction starts for our clients, they sit back and enjoy it. I mean, yes, it's disruptive.
A little bit.
Not going to sugarcoat that, but it's more easy and the communication is very clear. And it's another piece of it is we listen to all the fears that people have in working with contractors, and all we kept hearing was, well, they said they were doing this, but this is what we really got, or they said it was going to be this and it wasn't. So we try to make everything very communication based and very clear and accessible.
Yeah, because you and Joe are you're probably there you're saying you're there once a week, and Joe's there every day.
Every day.
Right. Yeah. Stopping through the different jobs and making sure everything is getting checked off, which is great because that communication is key. Each step by step is there, right?
Oh yeah.
So when you're doing these kitchens now and you're looking to the future, what's coming next? What's the next trend? Is it like wallpaper's coming back? Is it?
It did. Wallpaper came back.
And it's already gone?
No, it's not gone. It's adventurous. It is very permanent. We're doing a lot of it in powder rooms or the back of a wall in a mud room. If you check out our website, grandedecor.com, or any of our social media, you can see we're using it very sparingly, but very fun. And in 5 years, it's kind of an easy change. I'm of the mindset of a designer that the end user, it's their home. If they want hot pink backsplash tile, I'll advise against it. But if that's what they want, they'll get it. I like to keep things very classic unless it's a pink color. Like, let's have some fun, because in 5 years, that's not a hard change.
Right.
But with cabinets, the trends are going back towards wood tones, but we're usually seeing that more in the islands, not the whole kitchen. We've shifted away from natural stone and went to quartz. I see a shift going back to natural stone on countertops. A huge growth in our industry, which is hard to do because it's expensive to change something that's been like a refrigerator.
Sure.
Technology, the look, all the things, you can't go wild. But we're seeing a lot of work sinks where there are sinks built into the countertop that have a little small ledge on them. So you can put actually a cutting board into the sink and it stays up high so you can chop and then put the waste down the garbage disposal. So there's a lot of trends that are switching over, but everything in our industry moves slower, which is good. But I like to stay timeless no matter what.
And could you say, like, tell me what timeless is? Because, like, I know gray was a huge color, like from COVID on, like for a little while, everything was gray that you see.
I would consider that a trend.
Yeah.
And when people ask for gray, unless they're adamant about it, that's where we put it in the paint. You can have a little bit of gray in countertops, but not enough that you walk in and say, wow, that's a gray countertop, because it's not as easy to change a countertop as paint. So gray is still in. It's just more of a warm gray now. We're going, gold was really hot, and now we're moving towards black. Faucets and fixtures and hardware. Paint colors, my last meeting for Sherwin-Williams was towards purple, and we'll see.
That'll be interesting, going in a couple of, like, purple kitchens.
Yeah. We just went through a lot of green, and we're still in green, but it's not, we're going more towards earthy, natural. I think there's going to be a huge shift in general in life, going more towards like farm to table, out of the earth, eating, living. So there's a lot of that. Yeah.
So the overall projects, you're hand holding the client. You're letting each individual person, who your construction people, I'm not saying the term, your crew, go in and do what they're supposed to do. Then what's like the end project? How does it come back to you guys?
My goal on every project, and it's near and dear to me, is that the clients at the end of the project are happy to say they had a kitchen done by Grande Decor, and they would have us back in a heartbeat. Every one of our guys, all of us, we are really based off of referral business. We don't do a ton of marketing and networking. We do more industry wide, and because we enjoy going out in the evening and meeting other like-minded people. But at the end of a project, our goal is that the clients would happily refer us to their family and friends.
Okay, so if you're looking and you're not marketing, because that's not what you do, but the networking, I know you do, because that's where we met, right? So if you're looking to what's coming in the future for Grande Decor, where are we headed? We
really want to do a major focus on kitchen renovations and additions. Currently, we do a little bit more than that, but the kitchens, I mean, that's really the transformational heart of the home. And I'm a heart surgeon of a house. I love to keep that beat going and make it stronger, healthier, and happier. We get clients from 5-6 years ago. After the holidays, we get at least 2 or 3 emails saying, I still am so happy entertaining. I love when my kids come home from school, or now they have grandkids. They come to our house and everyone fits and can sit around the island and make memories. It's the best feeling.
It is the best feeling, because I see it in your face how you're telling me, like, hey, this is what it's all about. Because you get excited about it.
I do.
All right, so we'll give you like one more question and I'll get you out of here. I know it's not always the best being on podcasts and talking. If you could go back and start over, is there anything you would kind of change or give yourself, a little bit of advice going back to the 20 years?
We were young and dumb at the time. You know what I would do? I would not put the E at the end of Grand in Grande Decor, because it gets left out all the time, and I was being fancy. And when I have to say to someone my email is GRANDE, so that would be the change I would make.
That's the advice you'd give your younger self?
Yeah. That, and, maybe work out a little more sooner than I started to.
Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your expertise in the area. If you want to reach out to Steph, she did give her email address, or her website address earlier. We'll put up some of your socials on there so people can check out your work. Thank you. Really appreciate you having part of the podcast.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Compass Wealth Conversations podcast. Click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. Visit our website at www.mycfsi.com. That's www.mycfsi.com. Or give us a call at 610-449-9900. And don't forget to click the follow button to be notified when new episodes become available. The information covered and posted represents the views and opinions of the guest and does not necessarily represent the views or opinions of Compass Financial Solutions Incorporated. The content has been made available for informational and educational purposes only. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional investing advice. Always seek the advice of your financial advisor or other qualified financial service provider with any questions you may have regarding your investment planning. Please note that the information provided in this podcast is for general informational purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts and guests are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinions of any institutions or entities they may be affiliated with. This podcast should not be considered as financial or tax advice. We strongly recommend consulting with a professional financial advisor or tax professional to get advice tailored to your specific situation before making any financial decisions.